Welcome to the Intramural Table Tennis Captain's presentation. In the next couple of minutes, we'll be giving you all the information you need to know to have a successful tournament this fall. General information. All participants are responsible for the rules and intramural sports policies posted on IM Leagues on the left-hand side toolbar. It is your responsibility to read through these items and inform your team of any rule changes. Ignorance of the rules is not an excuse for their violation. Cancellations. Teams wishing to cancel a game must have their team captain or co-captain email the intramural sports administrative staff at imsports@recsports.wisc.edu by 12 p.m. the day of the contest with their name, team name, league of play, and intent to cancel in order to avoid a fee. Phone cancellations will no longer be accepted. Once the cancellation has been granted, the request cannot be overturned. Cancellations made after 12 p.m. the day of the contest will result in the team being charged a $15 default fee. Defaults. If less than the minimum number of required players of a team have checked in with a supervisor or official at the scheduled location within 10 minutes of the scheduled time of their contest, the official or supervisor will declare the contest a default. A default carries a $15 fee, which can be paid at the NAT or SURF Recreational Sports Program offices or online. Please refer to the Intramural Sports website for more detailed instructions on how to pay these fees. Eligibility. The following individuals are eligible to participate in the Intramural Sports program. All fee-paying students are eligible to participate. Faculty and staff must have a valid Rec Sports membership. Please note that all participants must activate their account on IM Leagues prior to play. ID policy. Participants should use their UW ID to check in before their game. If the player has activated his or her account on IM Leagues and his or her picture from Fusion is on IM Leagues, he or she could use a driver's license or any other government-issued ID to check into the game. Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is always a point of emphasis during intramural sports participation. Unsportsmanlike behavior will not be tolerated by participants or spectators. Anyone exhibiting unsportsmanlike behavior may be ejected and or face disciplinary actions that may include suspension from participation in the intramural sports activities. All disciplinary actions will be handled on a case-by-case basis. Profane language or obscene gestures directed towards teammates, opponents, officials, and or supervisors will result in immediate ejection of the individual and or team from the contest plus one additional contest. Presence of or playing under the influence of drugs or alcohol will have the contest ended and the individuals or the team suspended from all intramural sports participation for the remainder of the academic year. Penalty may be carried over into subsequent academic years. A report will be filed with the University Police and the Dean of Students' office. To regain eligibility, the ejected person must complete each of the following. Prepare a written statement detailing the events surrounding the incident, include outline of events surrounding the ejection, actions that led to the ejection, assurance that the behavior will not occur again, suggestion for appropriate disciplinary action, and how the behavior will be avoided in the future. The statement should be submitted to the coordinator of intramural sports. Next, the individual must schedule an appointment to meet with the coordinator of intramural sports to discuss the incident further. The following slides will detail the table tennis tournament rules used this fall. Game format. A coin toss determines first serve and the loser chooses end. A single elimination tournament will be used. Best 2 out of 3 games wins each match. The first player to 21 wins the game. There will be a 2-minute interval between games if needed. Switch ends after every game. And in the third game, switch ends when the player reaches 10 points. The serve. The server shall start with the ball resting in the server's palm. The server shall then direct the ball upward from the hand. The ball shall be struck while it falls so that it touches first the server's side of the table before crossing over the net. There is no rule as to which side the player must serve to in the singles format. Each player will serve 5 serves, then the serve will rotate. There will be a 30-minute time limit. If the time expires during the third game, the person leading will be declared a winner. If the score is tied, the first person to gain a 2-point advantage is the winner. Doubles. Each team will serve 5 serves, then the serve will rotate. In doubles, at each change of service, the previous receiver shall become the server, and the partner of the previous server shall become the receiver. The player of the pair serving first in the game shall receive first in the next game of the match. Point penalties. The following point penalties will be observed: delay of game, damage to the equipment, offensive conduct, offensive language, and accepting coaching during the game. The result will be a warning, followed by a loss of 1 point and a loss of 2 points. Safety. Any player who is bleeding or has an open wound must stop the game until the wound is closed and the bleeding has stopped. Play will not continue until all blood has been removed from the playing surface. Intramural sports policies and protests. The intramural sports policies govern the policies and procedures of all play. For protests, follow the protest procedures outlined in the intramural sports policies. Ejections. The supervisor will be called to the game site to handle any ejections. The game will not continue until the supervisor is beckoned and the ejected player is removed from the facility. The ejected individual must schedule an appointment to meet with the director of intramural sports before being allowed to play in any future contests. This concludes the intramural sports table tennis captains meeting. The captain's quiz, found on IM Leagues, must be completed with a score of 80% or higher before a team can be created. Feel free to contact the IM webmaster at imsports@recsports.wis.edu if you have any questions or concerns. We wish you and your team the best of luck this season.